It is election night in Wisconsin, and polls closed just moments ago. Two big statewide races were on the ballot this spring: state Supreme Court and state Superintendent of Public Instruction. Fox 11 has your team coverage from the candidate watch parties and from Central Count in downtown Green Bay as workers continue to count stacks and stacks of ballots this evening. Thanks for joining us here.
We're going to start with the race for Wisconsin's Supreme Court. The outcome will likely determine how that court will lean. Will it continue with a liberal majority or flip to a more conservative one? Waukesha County Judge Brad Schimmel is backed by Republicans, including President Donald Trump. He's running against the Democratic-backed candidate, Dane County Judge Susan Crawford. Now, loads of money have been spent on this contest. In fact, this race has become the most expensive state Supreme Court race in American history. As of Monday afternoon, more than $90 million had been spent. That's according to the Brennan Center for Justice, a nonprofit law institute. Major donors have contributed to the Wisconsin Democratic Party, which in turn donated roughly $2 million to Crawford. Crawford's own campaign has spent more than $22 million. Groups affiliated with Elon Musk have spent almost $20 million, while Schimmel's campaign has spent more than $11 million. Fox 11's Ben Krumholtz is covering Crawford's watch party for us tonight. He joins us live from downtown Madison. And Ben, how are things shaking out there?
Well, Michelle, we're at Park Hotel on the Capitol Square, and the doors open to Susan Crawford supporters at 8 o'clock, so they're just starting to make their way in right now. Crawford spent her day throughout the Madison area, starting with voting in the morning. She was part of an election day canvass in the western part of the city, and then in the afternoon she met with UW-Madison students on campus. As is the case with most of these election night parties, we likely won't hear from Crawford until a winner is declared in this race. The national spotlight has obviously been on the race, some saying this is a test to see what people think of President Donald Trump's first 2.5 months in office. More importantly for Wisconsin, the court takes on major topics important to the residents here, with decisions that impact health care, elections, and who represents us on the state and federal levels. Crawford maintains she would be a fair and impartial justice. She is the liberal-backed candidate in this race, with endorsements from former President Barack Obama, U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin, and the 4 justices who currently sit on the court who are viewed as liberal. Again, the doors to Crawford's watch party just opened up at 8 o'clock, and people are just starting to make their way in here now. We will have live reports tonight on Fox 11 News at 9 and at 10. But for now, let's check in with Brad Schimmel's campaign in Pewaukee. That's where we find Fox 11's Emily Matesic. Emily?
Yeah, thanks a lot, Ben. Greetings from Pewaukee, where the doors here were supposed to open at 8, but opened a little bit earlier as supporters of Brad Schimmel are now starting to fill the room here. As you know, Brad Schimmel was the Attorney General here in Wisconsin, now vying for a seat on the state Supreme Court. He is actually in the room right now greeting some of his supporters. The Waukesha County Judge said he never really thought he would get into this race, but after watching the 2023 state Supreme Court race take place and hearing from one of the candidates who was offering opinions on how they would rule on cases that had not yet been presented to the court, he said he needed to get into the race. He is campaigning, or he has campaigned on the idea that he wants to return objectivity to the state Supreme Court. He said he can put his personal beliefs aside and rule strictly based on the law. Backed by Republicans, including Donald Trump. He received a Donald Trump endorsement, as well as an endorsement from Elon Musk. Now go ahead, we have some video I want to show you. This was earlier tonight. Take a look at this video. That is Brad Schimmel doing a sound check with his band 4 on the Floor. The band is the entertainment tonight, and Schimmel on bass guitar and vocals is planning to perform or will perform with the cover band as they watch election results come in. I've been covering elections now for about 25 years, and I can tell you that was the first. I've never seen a candidate come out early. Ben said that you will not hear from Susan Crawford until results are in. I've never seen a candidate come out, actually do a warm-up with his band, and is expected to perform here tonight. For now, we're live in Pewaukee. Emily Matesic, Fox 11 News. We'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, Emily, thanks so much. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that either. I don't think a lot of people have, so that was something different.
A little musical entertainment there as well.
You got it. Another major race on the ballot today is for state superintendent, the superintendent of Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction.
Yeah, it comes at a crucial time as the federal Department of Education begins to dismantle that department under the Trump administration. Incumbent Jill Underly is looking to retain her position as state superintendent of public instruction. Underly, who is backed by Democrats, is facing Republican-backed Brittany Kinser, an education consultant. Fox 11's Tony Langfellow is covering Underly's watch party tonight. He joins us live this evening from Madison. And Tony, how are things at your event?
Well, Mark, things are just getting underway here at the Concourse Hotel for Jill Underly's watch party. You can see that the room is pretty quiet right now, but is expected to pick up with Underly supporters as more people join in. We haven't seen Underly just yet, but I interviewed her yesterday to get a sense of how she's feeling about the election. Underly believes that it will go her way because of the issues that she stands for. This includes fighting for public school funding and teacher recruitment and retention. However, some have criticized Underly for lowering the state's testing standards, but she argues that standards weren't lowered, it became inclusive of all students.
I was ahead of the curve here when it came to changing our cut scores and taking them away from where NAEP was. We made sure that our cut scores are actually reflecting what Wisconsin kids know on the Wisconsin test.
Now, Fox 11's Andrew Mertens is covering Kinser's watch party. He joins us live from Wauwatosa. Andrew?
Yeah, thanks, Tony. I'm here in Wauwatosa. I'm at the Sonesta Milwaukee West Wauwatosa Hotel. We're inside where Brittany Kinser's watch party has been underway for about a half hour now. In here, I'll give you a little bit of a better look of what's going on here. Kinser is a supporter of private school vouchers and the state's charter school program. She's leaning on her experience as a special education teacher, public elementary school principal, as well as the CEO of an education nonprofit, in hopes of winning this race against incumbent Jill Underly. Now, what's unique about this position is, unlike local public school districts, the state superintendent of public instruction is not subject to a state school board. And here's what Kinser told me about why she decided to run.
I'm really proud of my campaign. We've stayed really positive and focused on the issues of children. The whole reason I got in this race is because of our reading crisis, and I'm really proud that we've elevated the reading crisis so we can hopefully have a solution to that, and hopefully I can get in office and we can make sure more of our children are reading well enough.
Now, we likely won't hear from Kinser until after results are fully in. We'll keep you up to date on this race as that information becomes available. For now, I'll send it back to you guys in the studio, Mark and Michelle. For now, live in Wauwatosa, Andrew Mertens, Fox 11 News.
All right, thank you, Andrew. Of course, we'll be checking in with all the watch parties throughout the evening on Fox 11 News at 9 and 10. We want to thank you for joining us here, though. Along with these races, Fox 11 is covering roughly 20 school board and school district referendum races.
And it's going to be an exciting night. You can, of course, monitor the results anytime on our website at fox11online.com. There you can also stream Fox 11 News at 9 and 10, where we're going to have the latest updates from our crews out in the field. Incumbent Jill Underly is looking to retain her position as State Superintendent of Public Instruction. That's just one of the races, along with many others that we'll be following. That does it for us. We hope you stay right here with us on air and online.